All right, let's begin this morning in the east of the continent as we talk about the front page of Kenya, Daily Nation newspaper, front page of the story. The big story this morning, it says, Raila's 10 demands for Ruto. This isn't coming to an end. This is, of course, talking of the finance bill. Opposition warns of a return to mass action should the draft law sail through. We've talked about the finance bill here and what some of the highlights of the finance bill are. And basically, they're increasing taxes for a number of agencies for some sectors in the economy. Housing levies going up, content creators and the digital space will be taxed to the tune of 15%. Opposition leader Raila Odinga has offered President William Ruto a 10-point economic blueprint he says is a better alternative to the high taxes proposed by the government in the finance bill. Mr. Odinga wants the government to stop duplication of county roles and responsibilities, curb wastage in the executive, and seal corruption loopholes, even as he maintains subsidies on basic goods must be reinstated, and the proposal to increase taxes on goods and salaries be withdrawn from the bill. The details of that on pages 45. We also have here ex-state house official in 413 million shillings child support fight. A woman has filed a child maintenance case against a former senior state house official alleging that he has abandoned his parental responsibilities over their three minors. The woman is demanding a monthly maintenance 2.7 million shillings to cater for the maintenance of their three children. In the alternative, she wants him to deposit a sum of 413 million shillings as maintenance costs for the minors until they turn 18. That's an interesting one. The details of that's on page 10. Fitness, this is in the fitness space. It will cost you 560,000 shillings to own First Lady's bicycle. What? Just a few days ago, we saw the First Lady riding around in Kenya, and they say it will cost you 560,000 shillings to own her bicycle. That's interesting. In the agricultural space, win for farmers as MPs add 4 billion shillings for fertilizers subsidy. Education, teachers sue insurer over poor facilities. And that's all that the Daily Nation in Kenya has for us this morning. Let's move over to the next paper.
All right. Now let's go to the Daily Monitor and see what's going on in Uganda this morning. President Yoweri Museveni is in the news again. This time, once again, not very, good news. It says here, where did Museveni drop his COVID guard precaution? A day after the president announced he had tested positive for COVID-19, we trace his activities over the past fortnight, the gestation period for coronavirus, to spotlight where he could have picked the virus. You can find that on pages 4 and 5. Of course, we wish him well and hope that he recovers from COVID-19 as quickly as possible. There's also pictures of the officials that he has met with in the last couple of days. And that includes the president of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, on the 25th of May. Who else is on this page? Okay, well, a couple of people, though, he's met with. Not very many stories. This morning, it says there, Uncle Kato, a man of many hats, on pages 23 and 22 and 23. It's an article there. And at the bottom of the screen there, police raid on Sheikh Kamoga home raises legal queries. And a list of people to get medals today, that's on page 5. But these, of course, are the only stories this morning on the Daily Monitor. Not very many of them we can find. Let's go to Nigeria and see what's on the Daily Sun.
All right, here in the West on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning, we can see that the big story says, federal government declares June 12th public holiday to mark Democracy Day. I almost said, yay, and then I remembered we are coming to work on June 12th. INEC explains non-transmission of election results with BVAS. Obi, Labour Party seek court's order to question commission on credibility of ICT devices. Makinde, Wike, Autumn, Ipazu, Ugwai meet Tinubu, seek equity, fairness, and justice on page 27. Then we also have here, panic in Anambra Assembly as armed men try to abduct member-elect. Now, these stories of the abduction and planned and proposed abductions are quite scary and uncomfortable. And, one just wonders, yes, they are targeting the big people, targeting the smaller one. The state of insecurity, when we will have some sense of calm, some sense of safety. There's just this apprehension in the air. When people want to travel, even those who travel by road, there's a certain concern about, I'm not traveling by road because I'd rather pay the flight fare than pay a ransom. So and the unfortunate part is that in some cases, they pay the ransom and they're still killed. So I'm happy that the member-elect wasn't kidnapped. but it's just a reminder that the current administration has its work cut out for it in the area of insecurity. 10th National Assembly leadership. Nobody should take Izunaso seriously, and this is according to Ahize. El Rufai under fire over viral video. Okay. Catholic priest asked Tinubu Uba Sani to call ex-Kaduna governor to order over comments on same faith ticket. This video over the weekend, no, over the course of the week actually, has gone viral. And it was a video where the former Kaduna State governor, yes, was talking about how the Muslim ticket was such a great idea, and over the course, there were insinuations that over the course of time, the plan was to Islamize the country. And, it didn't go down well with people. He did make comments to the fact that ever since this happened, Akan has been silent. In a country where we talk about rights to freedom of religion, I mean, that's not a good look. It then begs the question about the sincerity of motive of the Muslim ticket. Because at the time when they were attacking the Muslim ticket, part of the defense they gave were the fact that in 1990, which year was that, MK Abiola's time, there was a Muslim ticket, and the fact that, Muslim ticket is not the guarantee as opposed to putting people who know what they're doing. But I'm hoping that, the All Progressives Congress will come out to speak about this and allay the fears. When there are concerns...
Don't hold your breath.
Exactly. I know, I'm not really holding my breath. When there are concerns of this magnitude, because this is something that can cause a religious... We're already on the brink of a religious and an ethnic divide. So right now, conversations like that are triggering. They're sensitive. So it's important to address it. It's not something to just sweep under the carpet.
Well, anyway, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
I will get into it. So, unfortunately, yes, we are on that brink. I think in the last couple of weeks or months, 2023 in particular,
ever since
Nigeria
before
has
the
been,
elections.
yes, in the build up to the elections and then, post-elections, Nigeria has been, just one little, trigger away from, almost going into the major crisis. And that is because of the ethnicity and the bigotry and the tribalism that was used, during the elections in certain parts of the country and in many parts of the country at the same time. And so it's very, very dangerous for, a former governor, now former governor Nasser El-Rufai, to be making such statements. But it also points to the things that people have been saying while he was governor, that the insecurity, in Kaduna State was really heightened in the southern parts of Kaduna, which is mostly, Christian populated.
Exactly.
And so, they continue to point out the dangers of having a Muslim ticket in Kaduna State. And, eventually we were also pointing out, the white was also dangerous to have that on the national level, which he then came to speak about, to celebrate and to basically celebrate the fact that they did it in Kaduna. Now they're doing it exactly.
In the country.
And so it now raises fears as to, okay, so will Christians be protected under the current administration? I saw the Khan chairman in Kaduna State on another television station saying that we should ignore El-Rufai, that he's really just a noise maker. There's no need to put, a lot of attention to what he's saying, that the people in government currently are not that way, and that Kaduna State is never going to be
But he's not
like
the
that.
one to speak for the people in government.
Yes, and that's the danger with it, So you could ignore him and say, oh, well, he's just, clutching at straws to remain relevant. But at the same time, there are people who have heard that statement and they're going to run with it.
Exactly.
And
He's a person of influence. When you're a person of influence, there's certain things you can't just be flippant about, especially in the public domain, knowing that they can pick it up and run with that agenda.
I agree. All right.
Well, that's all the paper that we can take this morning on the front page of the Daily Sun. We have more papers coming in the second hour. Stay with us.